Welcome to Married to Portuguese. On each episode, my English-Irish husband, Bob, and I discuss and laugh about our life and adventures in the Portuguese culture.
Bom dia.
I was going to say, I mean, it's an automatic thing, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, it's muscle memory.
It's muscle memory. And of course, I'm over here going, okay, you know the word.
It's tough. Even if I'm like at a show and I clap my hands, I clap, bon dia, clap.
No,
like it's really hard.
You don't. He doesn't. He doesn't.
I don't.
Hi, guys.
Hello. So we were talking today. Maria had, well, a regular post of hers is how much she misses the Azores of Semi.
Yes, I did. I did a Dear Azores. I did a letter to the Azores. It was like, Dear Azores, I think of you, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you. And that was my message this morning. Yeah. That's how I feel right now. I miss it.
It's sincere. It's heartfelt.
It is. It is heartfelt.
Bit of the Sudad.
Yes, the Sudad, the word that can't be described. It's a longing, whatever, how people say it. But yeah, I do miss it. I miss it for many reasons.
And I was, coincidentally, I was going through some photographs on my phone today and came through photographs from our first trip when we brought the girls when they were...
Oh my goodness, that was a long time ago.
7?
They were 6 or 7.
Something like that.
It was after, all I know is I would always go back. But I wouldn't go back with the girls or with you.
Correct.
I would go by myself. I would stay with family. That was always the case for several years. But that year, my dad had passed. It was one of those things. My dad had passed.
That's right.
Like around, and for whatever reason, I'm going to start getting emotional. I needed to be there because I felt like that's where he would go. His spirit, that's where it would go. Because when he passed, I happened to be there when he passed, and it was very peaceful. He just took a deep sigh, and that was his last breath. And for whatever reason, I always felt like he was going to go back to where his family was, because I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't understand why I'm crying. But I mean, that is where he was the only one who left the island. Everyone else is still there. And so I felt like we needed to be there. I needed to be there. And I needed my girls, you. I brought my sister, one of my sisters with me. It was like, I need to do this. I need to go.
Mm-hmm.
So it was so special.
Mm-hmm. So safely 20 years ago.
Oh.
22 years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Things were much different there than it is now. Much different. Yeah.
So my first impression landing was, I was blown away.
Yeah.
So green, lush.
Yeah.
The air, when you step off the plane, once you get past smelling the jet fuel,
Yes.
it's cows and soil and it's an ocean. It's
all of that.
So that hasn't changed.
No. And when you go up north and you're inhaling that air, it's like something you've never, like your lungs are going to go, what? Huh? It's just pure. Oh, just beautiful.
So, I mean, what I remember from the time that we were there, your family wanted to show us the whole island.
Yes.
And so every day we were out.
Every day.
And
every day. Yeah.
But, part of that was the highways that exist now weren't there.
They
Everything
exist.
took a long time
Yeah.
to get to. Whereas, if you can get from one side of if you can get from Ponta Delgada up to like the furthest point of Nordeste in like an hour now. Then it was 2 hours.
Oh, more than that.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was more than that.
So winding, very winding, steep roads.
Absolutely up against cliffs and around mountains because that was the way. There was only one road in.
Yeah. So, I mean, those roads are still there. And
Yeah.
we like to travel those roads.
We do.
But sometimes you got to get somewhere quickly. So I remember a lot of windshield time.
Yeah.
Which was great because we get to spend a lot of time close up and get to know some cousins that we hadn't met before.
Yeah.
We know their parents, but not necessarily the children. So we get to know them pretty well. And again, just every day was another trip of things you can't believe exist in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
I know. And that's the thing with so many people when you talk about the Azores and you say to them, where this archipelago of islands, they're all volcanic islands, and that came up from, these eruptions in the middle of the Atlantic. And, it was uninhabited and islands. So we're not like people of the island. We did not come up with the island, but the island is in us. If that's a thing of thought. And I know my family goes back to, the mainland and up north. I am a country girl by all standards. I am a country girl whose family came from up north and then was brave enough to leave the mainland to sail for better. Because you never leave what you love if you're happy and everything is going well. So it is so in all of that, going there and seeing that island and seeing how lush it is and how beautiful it is and how sometimes when you're in it, and I know for those that have traveled with us or traveled with me, I've said this to you before, and that is you're standing there and you go, this can't be real. I am looking at this, but your brain doesn't compute on how just extraordinarily, I can't even say the word, extraordinarily beautiful it is. And it is almost like you are living inside of a painting.
Yeah. And for me, I had never been to a tropical island, Caribbean or Hawaii or wherever you could find a tropical island. So I didn't have that as a reference point.
Yeah.
And pictures just don't do.
Yeah, it's subtropical. We're not tropical. We are semi-tropical.
Oh, tomato.
No, it makes some people, when it is, because there's a lot of humidity, there's a lot of rain. I mean, there's a lot of that, but.
So for you amateur weathermen out there, I'm sorry. Bear with me. So again, scenery was just always breathtaking.
Yes.
You just never get tired of, cresting another hill and seeing
another view.
Ocean, farmland,
mountains,
craters. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the Park Atlantico Mall. I don't know how new it was, but it must have been relatively new.
That was new. That was a big deal that one of our cousins took us to. Because they were like, okay, I know you guys have malls out there and all that, but we do too. And that one was fairly new at the time.
Yeah.
And so we'd go to the mall and we're like, oh, there's a food court. There's stores. Everything is there. But, we can see that here in the United States. I don't need to see that anywhere else. A shopping mall is a shopping mall.
But we totally hit it each time we go. Because we always have to buy something.
Yeah, we always forget.
Whether we're stopping at the pharmacy.
Or the Continent.
Which is
a grocery store.
The grocery store in the mall has everything.
Oh my God, everything.
I mean,
Everything.
everything. I want to say like, I don't, I'm probably wrong.
It has a
Tailor, cobbler.
It has a bookstore. It has a liquor store in it. It has a pharmacy in it, even though there's a pharmacy.
In all fairness,
Yeah.
almost every place sells liquor.
Yeah, well, that's true. Even the home and garden place, the garden center, they sell liquor too there. And the agroloja, I love you. Call me. And so it's it has everything.
I remember we went to the Pizza Hut.
Did we go to Pizza Hut?
Well, we went to the Pizza Hut. I don't remember why, but I think, we were there. It was lunchtime.
And one of our girls most likely said, "Can I have pizza?" And we're like, "We're in the Azores. You're gonna have pizza," but we probably gave in. Yeah,
We like Pizza Hut pizza.
we do. We do.
That's fine.
But I think I didn't have that. I had bifana. I remember having bifana somewhere,
Well,
and we all ate at the court. We all got our stuff.
oh no, I remember we ate at the table in the Pizza Hut. I remember.
Really? Oh, I don't remember that. See, this is something I want to forget.
You may be mixing up trips at this.
Is that it?
It could be. But I remember that. We were talking steep roads. I remember your cousin Ricardo doing the driving and really scary roads. So I was glad he was driving and not me. And just a lot of laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always have so much fun when we visit over there. And as we drive around now, when we are taking what now would be the back road, but used to be the main road.
Yeah.
I'll have flashbacks of driving through before, and the roads were busier, which means the cafes were busier.
Yeah.
Like everything was busier along the strips. We have it here in Massachusetts. Route 6 used to be the main road leading out to the Cape, right?
I was just going to say that happened on Route 6 here in the United States.
Yep. And then all the small towns that benefited, gas stations and restaurants, all took on the chin. So they have the same situation there. But that's why we like eating at the hole in the wall places.
Oh, definitely. To me, that's like the best, is getting off of the main road and going off road and going into those villages and stopping and eating where the locals eat. That to me is like, there's it's no frills, no, there'll always be one person in there that will understand English, and will speak it because they've either been to Canada or lived in Canada for a while or lived in the United States, whether it's California or the East Coast. So there's always somebody there. But the ones when you get off of the main stuff, and especially mom and pop places, sometimes you might not find everyone who speaks English, but the majority of people do. But yeah, that was a great trip.
Yeah,
that was a great trip.
That was a lot of fun. It was a great first introduction, and I don't think we went back for like another 10 years. I didn't go back.
I was going to say you
I
didn't.
Back to 10 years.
You didn't, but
and then we've been back
and I
together.
I did.
But then the kids were bigger and they didn't want to travel with us, so it was a lot easier.
Yeah, who wanted to travel with mom and dad? I was like, I don't want to travel with mom and dad. Yeah. Okay, little did they know.
Yeah, other things that I remember that are still true. The first time hearing the bread truck in the morning honking.
Oh.
Or the fishmonger, or
or whoever is selling something. Beep 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 beep. Yeah.
Yep.
Depending on the beeps was depending on who was out there, with stuff.
And they'd leave, fresh bread hanging from the doorknob in the morning, plastic bag.
Oh my God, so good.
That's
so good. Yeah, it's all great memories. It's all great memories, and it's something that like you said, like for me, I have been going back since I was little. So to me, it is, I have dual citizenship. So I'm
someday I will.
Yeah. I'm not trying to rub it in.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud of being a Luso-American, which is a Portuguese American. And I'm very proud to be American, but I'm also so proud of being Portuguese and especially Azorean. It's
So safe to say,
and I miss it.
You miss family.
I miss family because
beyond family, what else do you miss?
Beyond family, that I love and adore. I just miss that whole vibe and feeling of being in São Miguel or in being in any of the islands that we've been. It's
Mhm.
the same feeling. The feeling doesn't
Boy,
change.
that's so true. It is got its own
It has
attitude.
it has its own feeling and vibe, and the whole thing is it's a more of a kinda laid back, even though we as people, I don't see we're a go, go, go
Very
kinda
boisterous.
and yeah, kinda people, but when we relax, they relax.
Yes. So that's okay. Okay. Now remembering more things.
Yeah.
The work-life balance
It's wonderful.
is great because
Yep,
they'll take they'll go to work for 8 o'clock and take an hour or 2 for lunch.
yep,
Not everybody, I'm generalizing.
yep,
And maybe work till 6 instead of 5,
right,
and then come home and start getting around to thinking about dinner, and then dinner's, 9 o'clock.
right. It's late. It's always late.
Typically, people were stopping by at 11, 12 o'clock, not just because we were there, but
No.
they just stopped by.
Yeah, yep. It's especially on weekends, forget it. During the week was especially in the summer. If we'd go in the summer, that'd be different because in the summer, they do take a month off. A month. Okay, folks? A month. And so when we were there, if we'd go in the summer, there would be more of those visits throughout the week. But when we go and it's not summer,
Mhm.
those visits are on weekends because during the week they're working.
Right.
Uh,
But they're still up at 8 o'clock working.
oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely. It's just a whole different feeling.
I
It's
don't
just
see a lot of people watching TV. There's a TV on generally, and there's a
soccer.
soccer
Yeah,
football game
there's,
playing
there's always a football game playing soccer, aka soccer, going on all the time. We just know this from family.
from family.
Yeah, because when we get into their home, there's always a game playing. Even though they're not watching it, they're hearing it. And every once in a while, if something happens and you hear it, then all of a sudden everyone goes into the room and looks, and it's like either yay or kind of thing. So, but that's not a yeah, but I know they watch their novellas. They have their specific
Mhm.
thing for novellas, which is their equivalent
I
to
guess we're interrupted.
we're interrupting the novellas, yeah, but they are watching novellas as well, but yeah, it's so I miss you. I miss the Azores, I miss everything about it, and, but I always like it's a countdown to get back to the Azores.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention we've come across a channel on YouTube, uh, young woman from Canada who's living in
Yes, Life with Rosie.
Life with
Life
Rosie,
with Rosie.
and
Um,
it's her videos are very sincere as she's
yes,
showing her island,
yes.
and we realized last night because we've watched a bunch of them, um, it's just that they're very very simply produced.
Yeah,
It's
very
her on
short.
her phone, which is great,
Yeah, very
and I feel like I'm visiting family.
yeah, she's like, "Hi, this is Rose. Today is my day off, and my husband and I, or whatever, are gonna go to Nordash today, and you're gonna come along with me." So it is just her and her husband, and the things she sees. And the other day, she was up in Nordash, and she was at a park, and I went, I haven't been to that park.
Yeah.
Where is that park? So, Life with Rosie. Check it out.
But she takes her time.
Yes, check it out,
She
guys.
walks a path
Yep.
down, through the garden
Yeah,
and doesn't talk.
yeah.
Just kinda shows you what's around.
It's like we're walking with her.
Yeah, it's like you're walking
cute.
with her. It's
Really
like
cute.
she's captured the vibe of the island.
Yeah, which is very laid back.
Just hanging out,
Yeah, very laid back.
and, it's fun to see things. It's fun to see roads that we've traveled, and
Yes. And when she is in spots that we've been in, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I know exactly where that is." Or before she says anything, we'll say, "Oh, isn't that where?" And we're right. We're right.
yeah, they're nice.
So, yeah, really cute.
Yeah, well,
Very
I'll
cute.
put a link to her channel down
Yeah,
below
very
if you're
cute.
interested, but
Yeah.
I think that's, enough for today's episode.
Oh my goodness.
It went by fast.
It went by that fast, all because of my ciudad of the Azores.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, for those that are out there and have that same feeling as I truly understand. And I feel it with you guys. And it is that way until we get back. And, so until then, until we get back.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
See you next time. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to hear your ideas for topics. Ciao.